Hello and welcome to my book review of Obsidian Murders. This is book one of The Midnight Detective Agency, written by Nicole Brona. I've done a reading of the first 6 chapters of the book. You can check those out in my video catalog, and I have a playlist where I've done readings of work by authors. In book one, we meet our main character, Tessa O'Hara. She's someone that many of us can certainly relate to. She's 22 years old, just finished college a year ago, and her dream job is to be a journalist. However, as many of us know who went through college or university, the time between graduation and your actual dream job can take quite a while. Tessa is working at a newspaper. It's the Bethesda newspaper, but not as a journalist. She's offered a position as an advice and gossip columnist, obviously hesitates about whether she wants to take on that job, but of course it means an increase in pay, benefits, so she decides to take that on while still continuing to look and work towards her dream job of being a journalist. In the meantime, there is a murder not far from Tessa's apartment. It occurs near something called the Otherworldly Portal, and this is a portal where beings like trolls, elves, vampires, and many others travel back and forth between their world and the human world. We also find out that although Tessa is human, she's able to see these otherworldly beings. So we meet Drusil, who is an office fairy and tends to make Tessa's work life a bit challenging because, of course, her co-workers and supervisor can't see or hear Drusil, but Tessa can, and Drusil is a bit mischievous. We also find out that Tessa has a roommate. His name is George, and he was killed by his wife, so he continues to stay at the apartment. Along the way, we also find out that Tessa very much loves her coffee. She hangs out at a local coffee shop. That's where she meets Thomas Bloodsworth. He's a vampire, and he's there to investigate the murder of not one, but 2 young women, as another occurred near another worldly portal. Tessa and Bloodsworth begin to work together, as this is obviously a magical killing. The story goes on, and we meet a number of other interesting characters throughout, like Jefferson, who's the leader of the werewolf pack. We find out about different covens. Tessa's parents belong to one. There are some in her area as well. And sadly, there is one individual who does not know about the law of 3, or do what you will as long as it harms none. So Tessa and Bloodsworth are trying to figure out who's responsible, who's working together, and what is the motivation for having killed these 2 young women. It was a very interesting read. I enjoyed all the different characters, the way they were described. I could certainly relate to Tessa's frustration of wanting that dream job after completing school. Bloodsworth is an interesting character. Enjoyed learning about him. And of course, we have Drusil, who is very mischievous. George, who gives us that different perspective because he was killed over 50 years ago. It's an interesting read. The book is urban fantasy, so it's located in the city. We have a lot of interesting characters. The reason for the murders is definitely not what you would expect or see coming. If you enjoy reading about otherworldly beings, but you don't want gruesome horror scenes, I will mention there are a couple of F-bombs, but not many throughout the book. To find out more about the Midnight Detective Agency, where you can purchase it, as well as the other works that have been written by Nicole Brona, be sure to head over to her YouTube channel, Nicole's Bookish Nook, where she shares tips and information for upcoming authors. She also has information about all her published works. Let me know in the comments down below if you've read Obsidian Murders or any of the other books in the Midnight Detective Agency series, and what were your thoughts. And until next time, remember, be safe, be well, and big hugs.